Stay tuned for another episode of the Coming Soon podcast with Spider.
And here we go. Hello, everybody. Spider here once again, Coming Soon podcast, being joined by returning guests. Thank you guys for jumping back on here. Lestire and Lestat. How are you guys doing?
Doing
We're doing
good.
good.
I know I had a few technical difficulties, so I apologize. But yeah, I mean, of course, the last time I had you guys on here was actually the beginning of August. You guys were getting ready for an event or a show at the haunted dollhouse. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, I mean, how did that end up going? How did that go for you guys?
It went good. We're also hosting it again for tomorrow as well. And other than us hosting the performers there, we're also celebrating Lestire's birthday.
Yes, yes, I saw that. So, but yeah, so of course, it's going to be a great night of festivities. Of course, you guys are going to be celebrating. Are you guys doing anything different because of your birthday? Let me ask you that.
Well, we are planning to have me do a solo performance over there. Yeah, and I think like the owner is gonna give me cake or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we're
of course, go ahead.
Yeah, we're just gonna be out there having a good time. And other than her doing like one song, since it is gonna be her birthday, we may have her do improv with like multiple songs that day. Just let her have fun with it.
Nice. And of course, I mean, gifts are always welcome, right? So if somebody wants to get you guys a gift or get you a gift, I mean, they can do so.
Yeah, I
One
love
of
that.
one of the biggest gifts that help out are just also votes for the new Face of Horror.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I
If,
know,
yeah,
uh,
if I'm right, there's only a few hours left for this round, and once it ends, it'll go to the top 5 of each team.
nice. No,
Yeah.
yeah, and I thought, of course, she was in the top 10. Um, I mean, so close. So, of course, for those
Yeah.
watching, even you guys are gonna be promoting it. So, for those that are out there, I mean, they can definitely get a vote in. Now, I know you have a page separately, right, for that, so that people can go out there
Yeah.
and click on the link. So, I mean, what made you? Let me ask you this, let's start. I mean, as far as running, well, what made you want to go ahead and run for that?
I just saw it floating around, and then I'm like, I would be good for this. Like, I'm really into the horror scene. I'm the queen of the vampire court, so why not?
Yeah, and with me, I've been promoting it like crazy. Immediately when she told me she got into it, I started messaging everyone I knew and immediately got her into second place into the team we're competing against.
Yeah.
And so far we've been holding second place. Sometimes we've got into first, so
Wow.
it's just like back and forth from first and second.
Yeah, and there is a cash prize, and when we found out about that, we decided we wanted to donate some of it to like help organizations like Fiesta Youth
Oh, nice.
and like the Haunted Dollhouse venue. Like, hopefully, we want to try to get the performers that we invite over there to get money. But yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. If we're able to win the cash prize, we want to help out with like the entertainment industry here. Like if you perform at the Haunted Dollhouse and we've won, we want to be able to like be able to pay you a bit for performing and giving people a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, well,
well,
that's very humble of you guys. I mean, I hope just because of that, and I mean, of course, being a great person, I mean, I hope you do win. And like you said, a few more hours left. So for those that are going to be that are watching this right now or are going to be watching this, of course, definitely go out there and vote. Now, let me ask you, of course, when it comes to being a performer, I mean, for both you guys, there's an event coming up, and I mean, I know you guys sent me the flyer. I'm going to post that up real quick. Now, is this something that you guys have been working on? I know the last time we talked, you guys have brought it up. So is this something you guys have been preparing for a while?
so with Rocky Horror, I pretty much just joined the cast. Lestire's been in it for how many years already?
7.
She's been with Dynamic Tension for 7 years doing Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Man, and of course, I mean, when it comes to performance, I mean, that's something because even now, I mean, you seem a little shy. So when you're out there performing, I mean, do you kind of just block everything out and just do what you got to do?
Pretty much.
The only reason I ask is because I mean, for myself, and I know we talked about this the last time. I mean, for me, I'm not a people person. I mean, I go out there and I do what I got to do when it comes to events. At work, the same thing. But if it was up to me, I'd be in my office all day and just doing what I got to do. But the fact that we got to get paid and get out there. I mean, I go out there and talk to people or customers. But yeah, I mean, I do tend to myself when I go out there, I do put myself in the shell and just kind of I'm the media guy, so I just do what I got to do. Sometimes I feel like people don't see me. Maybe they don't. That's a good thing. But get in, get out, and do what I got to do. But I mean, when it comes to performance, I mean, of course, it's a lot tougher. I mean, people. I mean, all eyes are on you. Literally. So, I mean, how do you get past that?
um, I honestly just love performing. Like I love, I kind of do love the attention of the audience and like giving them a good time. I just feel more at home when I'm performing, I guess. Like I feel more comfortable. But yeah, like I've been doing it for like over several years, so I kind of got used to it and I'm just having fun.
And let me ask you, because of course, when you guys go out there and work together, I mean, you always have somebody besides you when it comes to friends, family, or other. But is it easier for you to be performing around people you don't know, or does it matter?
It's actually easier to perform for people I don't know because they would leave and like and if I mess up I won't hear about it. But if someone like him sees that, I won't hear the end of it.
Man, and of course, I mean that's something. I mean, you guys working alongside. I mean, it's got to get easier, right? I mean, of course, I know you guys are going to be. Well, when it comes to performance, are you your own worst critic? I mean, do you kind of go back and be like, man, okay, I should have done this, I should have done that?
Yeah, we are our worst critic. Like, we can end up having a performance where we've had it videotaped, and it could look good to everyone else, but before we even look at it, we could be like, we messed up on this step, and we probably looked horrible. But then when we actually look at the video, we're like, it doesn't even look like we messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, you guys are going to be out there hosting, the Haunted Dollhouse again, of course, this Friday. So how does it work out there? I have not made it. I mean, I know everything for the most part is outdoors. So when you guys are performing, is it like in the back, on the side? I mean, where do you guys perform at?
So we're performing outside. It is on the side of the Haunted Dollhouse and the tattoo shop. We're pretty much right there in between both of them. And I've even gotten a bigger speaker now for
Nice.
the performers have their music while we're out there. So
Right.
yeah, we have pretty much that area. There's pretty much like a ramp going up there, like the way it's built. So sometimes we gotta be a little careful on there, but we're able to use the ramp to our advantage by doing our performances. We're able to go into like the audience and kind of interact with them a bit and then go back up.
Okay, cool, man. And of course, let me ask you this, because I mean, people are there, live when you guys are doing this, but there's also traffic. So I mean, has there ever been? I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure people honk, but has there ever been like a funny moment where somebody says something or does something that you guys are like, okay, yeah, that's gonna hurt,
So the traffic there, we do advise to be careful because yeah, in that area there is quite a bit of traffic. especially at night, people can be driving pretty fast. We have seen accidents happen right there before, but if you just keep your eyes open and look both ways,
Right.
you should be all right. And just be careful while driving. Always double check, seeing if anyone else is coming from either way.
No, I mean definitely. Hildebrand. I mean, I go through there myself plenty of time throughout the day, and it can be can get congested.
Yeah,
Towards the evening, I know there is a lot of traffic. It's just one of those back roads that people take to get home. Instead of getting on the highway. So yeah, definitely they're out there. Just be careful. Now the vendors, of course, when they help set up, I mean they're going to be alongside the buildings, right? I mean they're not like they
yeah.
don't close out the roads or anything like that.
No.
And now, of course, Friday. I mean, you guys are going to be out there doing your thing for the weekend. I mean, I know Halloween. It's already October, so of course, people are going crazy, trying to do everything, and there's a lot going on. But of course, people are going to be out and about. Throughout the day. They can end the day with you guys, right? Go out to the
Yeah,
Hilton and just relax and enjoy.
yeah. Uh, Also, it being October, there's also another thing we have been doing. We've also started as scare actors again at SeaWorld for Hollow
Oh, nice.
Scream.
Okay.
So, with me, I'm on the pathway of Ripperoo, and she is in the haunted house, Bunny Bradley's. So,
Hey,
if
I
you
know.
do go there, expect to get scared.
And of course, I mean, this is one of those things because even myself, I mean, I'm doing like three to five events a weekend. Of course, it's this coming month. It's going to be crazy. I like crazy, so good thing, and be all over the place. But for you guys, I mean, now that you threw that in the mix, I mean, how does that work? I mean, when are you guys going to rest? Is it just like during the day, work at night and sleep during the day, or how does that work?
We'll pretty much get sleep whenever we can. Like today, after the after this, actually going to SeaWorld to do Hollow Scream for Ambassador Night, which is for the employees to go and enjoy Hollow Scream.
Oh, nice.
Then the next day it is the first Friday. Then it's 2 more days of Hollow Scream afterwards.
Man, okay. And of course, I mean, you got to be enjoying this, right? I mean, you guys are having
Yeah,
fun, so of course it doesn't seem like work, but you can always rest the following month, you guys can get some
yeah,
sleep. And
yeah.
now, of course, being scare actors, where does that come from? I mean, I know you guys have done it before, but was it like one day, like you guys were like, okay, you know what, I want to scare people, let's go do this. I mean, how did that come about?
So with me, it was when I graduated from John Casablanca, and I was looking for acting gigs,
Yeah,
and Hollow Scream kind of just became my first
nice.
actual acting gig I did where I got paid. I ended up loving it, and this is my third year doing it so far. And with her, she pretty much, when we got together, she told me she's always wanted to do Hollow Scream. So, we both entered it together with her jumping into the mix.
Nice. And I mean, you brought up a good point because when it comes to acting gigs, I mean, for the most part, there's a lot out there that you don't get paid for. Everything's experience. You got to volunteer. I mean, you guys are getting paid, so that's good, right? It's an acting gig that you guys are
Yeah,
actually getting paid for. So I mean, you can't beat that. But when it comes to movies, I mean, are you guys still pursuing that?
we are. We actually just finished being in the 48-hour competition where we ended up in a short film.
Oh, sweet, man. That was in Austin or here?
Here, it was last month.
I think it was last month.
Yeah, last month where they did the premiere and everything.
Nice, man. Well,
Yeah,
that's cool. And I mean, is that something? I mean, along everything else, I mean, is that something that both you guys are going to be pursuing, like, next year? I mean, plugging that in more.
yeah. We've been trying to get into like films and all that. We want to do more work in getting into the film industry,
Right.
seeing how that goes. And for Austin, we are gonna be traveling there because we were invited to a belly dance at an event over in Austin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And how does that work? I mean, because of course you guys are local, but I mean, do you guys have connections out there that the people that you guys can go and hook up with and
Mm,
do your thing?
yeah. So for this Austin one, we met a guy named Sal Ravencroft. He does tarot and palm readings and things like that. And we met him at the Renaissance Festival at Jackson Ranch. And he lives in Austin. So he has an event going on. So he decided to invite us to belly dance over there.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty much the event. It's pretty much gonna be like a second Halloween.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think everything we do from now on is just going to be Halloween, right? I mean, might as
Yeah,
well. But let me ask you guys this because, and this is, I know this is more personal for myself because when it comes to horror, like I do horror all year. I wake up watching horror movies. I mean, there's so many I haven't, I'm still behind, by a couple of years, but I'm always watching something. Halloween, of course, I mean, it's big for everybody because, everybody goes spooky, when it comes to bars, events, clubs. But I guess for me, it kind of like Halloween. I'm still going to be out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be attending events and doing my thing. But I kind of feel like it's like not so much ripping me off, but I'm kind of like, man, I wish people were like this all year. Like everybody
yeah,
just got into it. And then so yeah, it does bother me. I mean, I'm not saying like don't for them not to do it because yeah, like I said, just like every other holiday, people just wait for that month for them to start enjoying it. But yeah, I just wish people were like that like every year, and I go to events enough to where I see, the regulars, but I'm like, man, like I wish people really took that into more of a thing, and like get rid of other holidays and just have like Halloween 2, 3, 4, and just do that instead, But in the perfect world, we'll see, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, we get annoyed when it's still October and we see Christmas
Oh
things popping up
yes,
and they take down the Halloween stuff.
Like
yeah,
it turned October 1st. I went into like a store that had Halloween stuff up. Like the few days before it went
right.
in there October 1st, the Halloween stuff was gone and already Christmas replaced
Yeah,
it.
bro. Yeah, I know. One of the stores I actually work with, like their Halloween stuff's already 50% off, and I was like, well, it's good for people that are want to buy for less and enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, they're pushing everything out now, so like 2 weeks before Christmas, Halloween, everything's gonna be gone, and it's gonna be Christmas, and that kind of ruins everything, ruins the mood, and but yeah, it's just it's corporate, everything. They're trying to move stuff in and out and just make space for everything else, but yeah, I mean, and we're fortunate, there are a few stores out there that do the whole hard thing year round. So those are the ones that I always tell people go out and support because these people are there every day, all year, literally. So yeah, go out there and support these guys. But I mean, of course, for you guys, I mean, I know everybody starts the 31 days of October, when it comes to Halloween, watching movies. I mean, are you guys doing that? I don't think you all have enough time, but y'all thought about it.
Yeah, then on the weekends we are doing House Scream and then Tuesdays I'm practicing for Rocky Horror.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So and then like every day between that is us practicing at home. Yeah.
Man,
yeah,
well, you see, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, this month is going to be busy. It is hectic. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. I might end up doing something tomorrow night. I'm going to try to swing by there. I keep saying that, but it's always scheduling. Me trying to just
yeah.
I'm not on that side of town, and I'm like, man, I ain't gonna make it. But I definitely want to try to make it out there at least to go out there and hang out with you guys for a while. But it is going to be happening, of course. Outside on Hildebrand, right? I mean, outside the haunted dollhouse. I mean, there's going to be a storefronts everywhere, vendors. I'm assuming people are
Yeah.
going to be out
Yeah.
there selling. Cool, man. And now, of course, I mean, you guys are scare actors, but I mean, you got to dress up for work. But are you guys going to dress up for Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay, but not for work though, right? For individual, like for you guys.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
individual.
Okay, and as far as I mean, what theme are you guys going with? Just curious. So can you tell us?
uh, I'm not too sure what I'll be dressing as. With her, I know she usually dresses as a vampire. So, with me, I try and get creative and see what I can make out of what I have, see
Yeah.
how scary I can go.
Nice, man. And I was gonna say, man, I mean, if people that are waiting, they're gonna wait too late. They're gonna pretty much wear whatever's left, right? But but and of course, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, being scare actors, I mean, do you guys have access to other stuff, or do you guys have to buy your own product?
So for individually, we have to pretty much use what we got.
Yeah.
When we're at SeaWorld, for the job, they actually have the costumes and makeup for us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sweet,
Uh,
man.
yeah.
And now let me ask, of course, practicing, I mean, practice does make perfect, but I mean, when it comes to practicing at home, is this it? I mean, do you guys both, okay, you know what, let me know how I do. You guys act perform in front of each other?
Yeah. Yeah, we do that quite a bit, and especially at the moment with Rocky Horror, her doing Magenta, she literally has me sitting and watching her and pretty much correcting her on how to shadow cast it. If
Okay.
she has the right arm up, or yeah, pretty much she has to mirror what's happening on the screen.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, so that's wild. I mean, well, I mean, do you practice in front of a mirror? I mean, does that help?
Um, no, like we don't really have mirrors.
Oh, okay. That's why y'all need each other, right? There you go. Man, well, I didn't even think about that because yeah, you're gonna be the shadow, so you got to do everything opposite. So wow, that's wild. I mean, I don't even think I could do it regular. So having to go the other way, I'd probably stumble and fall. But I'm sure you're gonna do great. The event, I mean, when it comes to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, is that gonna be like one night? It's gonna be 2 nights. How does that work?
It's gonna be one night at the Majestic. Patricia Quinn is touring around, so that's why.
No, and of course, and let me put the flyer up real quick. I mean, for those that are watching or are going to be watching this, I mean, it is going to be at the Majestic Theater. I've been out there myself plenty of times for other events, but I mean, when it comes to it being at the Majestic, I mean, it is there's a lot of history there. So I think it fits the theme because, you know, that's one of the songs. I mean, when it comes to the soundtrack, that if you hear it, you just gotta dance to it. You can't like not,
Yeah.
or at least tap your toes or do something. But it's catchy. I mean, of course, it's a great film. I mean, I've watched it plenty of times. I actually found this because I was trying to find that poster when I didn't know you guys had sent it, but I had found this on the archives when it comes to San Antonio, and it's a newspaper clipping. But this is where it used to be at the Northwest 14th Theater, right there on Blanco and 410, way back in the day. But back when dinosaurs roamed, right? That was that far back. But I remember going to the theater and like towards the end, I think somebody had commented on the thread that I was reading that towards the end, yeah, it was like every weekend, it was like Rocky Horror Picture Show, man, and it was just like the place to go, and people would dress up and it was pretty wild, but at the same time, it was fun. I mean, we were young and everybody enjoyed it, so it was pretty cool. But that's kind of like one of those things that I guess I was saying like earlier. I wish it would happen like just on a regular. Hey, you know what? Let's just have it this month or next month. Do
Well,
something else.
talking about that, Dynamic Tension is actually looking for new people as well. So if it's something you want to jump into,
Sweet.
just give them a message and they'll pretty much do a quick questionnaire with you, see if you're
Nice.
able to join in. Most likely you will, and make sure to let them know Lestire and Lestat sent you.
For sure,
And
man.
yeah, and the more of us that get into it, the more likely it'll be happening more than just
Yeah.
this month. It might be happening different months as well, with more and more people coming in, us doing more rehearsals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, it's not a bad idea, because it's just like for myself, it's like I think somebody had posted a while back on Facebook like, I'm done with calendars, happy birthday everybody, and I was just like, you know what? I was like, what the hell? Happy Halloween, I was like, hell, let's do it, But yeah, I'm that guy, even if it's not Halloween, I just want to do something horror related. I'll put it that way,
Yeah.
But yeah, movies, I mean, you name it. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, it is going to be a crazy month. When it comes to October, I mean, do you guys already have stuff scheduled for the following month, or as far as like towards the end of the year?
So for the following months, we're starting to get a few things like as we said for Austin, but another thing we're gonna be doing around Christmas. I believe it's the week right before Christmas happens. We're also
20th through the 22nd.
Yeah, we're gonna be performing for the Renaissance here at the Jackson Ranch, doing our belly dancing.
Oh, sweet, man. And of course, I mean, when it comes to that, because it's just, is it just you guys, or is it a group of people that go out there to do these?
Right now, it's just us two, but we are looking to expand our group for the Seductive Bats. So if you are interested in joining us, just end up sending us a message.
No. And of course, I mean, these are always fun. I always, when it
Yeah.
comes to the dance groups, I mean, there's a few out there that, go and do their thing, but, it is entertaining. So, of course, I know, people are going to enjoy it, for the most part. I mean, you guys are always doing great stuff. And, I definitely, yeah, if anybody wants to join up, hit you guys up and, I mean, you guys can, now you don't have to, now you don't have to be staring at each other. You can stare at other people, right? You can talk to other people. But so that'd be great, man. And let me ask you this, because the last time also we spoke, you had talked about as far as location. I mean, you guys are doing this at home, but do you guys work with other, like, say if somebody was like, hey, you know what, I have a dance studio, you guys can come practice out here. I mean, would you guys be open to that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would.
Sweet, man. I'm gonna see if I can, because there's plenty of people that I know that own businesses, man. And I mean, that would be kind of cool, just because for the most part, you guys would be networking and giving them exposure as well as far as their location. So I think it will go hand on hand. But we'll see what we can do. Definitely put you guys out there, and I think even that, I mean, that would open the possibilities for more people wanting to join, because now it's like, okay, you know what, we can meet up out here, just practice and do our thing, and maybe we can get this Rocky Horror Picture Show every month next year. We'll see. We'll push for it, man.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, of course, we mentioned that earlier too. When it comes to the new face of horror, I mean, that's a thing every year. It's a contest, so of course, when people that go out there and vote, um, I think that's where it kind of helps out having friends. People that actually go out there and vote for you.
Yeah.
Now, I know I've done it before, and I know when you vote, I mean, it's like one a day, for free,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you can buy votes and vote as many times as you want. But I mean, for those that can't, or they just want to vote daily, they can definitely do that. Of
Yeah.
course, is today the last day for the contest for the team?
It is the last day for this round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, once this round ends, they'll go to the top 5 in each group that's competing. Yeah, and right now we're still in second place, so we're gonna be still around for the next round.
Yeah.
No, and
But
of course,
Yeah, but if we don't move up after the next round, then we are out, because they would go down to the top first people of the group.
no,
We're
yeah, we'll definitely push for that, man. I mean, I'll definitely, after this, I'll go and vote for you for sure. That way we can at least keep adding those votes up. Let me ask
Yeah.
you, because I mean, earlier you said, if you guys do win, then you guys are going to do good with it. I mean, it'll go back to entertainment. It'll go back to a couple of how can I say it, things that you enjoy. I mean, of course, giving back to the Haunted Dollhouse, giving back to a couple other nonprofits, possibly. So that's always a great thing. But when it comes to nonprofit, I mean, do you guys base yourself as nonprofit? I mean, are you guys actual like LLC when it comes to the team?
So for nonprofits, there are a few that we really support quite a bit, and one of the big ones that we wish we could donate more to would be Fiesta Youth.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, we even marched with them in the Pride Parade. Fiesta Youth, we hold dear to our hearts. We love everything that they do.
Sweet, man. You see, and that's cool, man, because even like myself, like throughout the years, I do I've covered combat sports for years, before I started doing this like 2 years ago. So for me, it was always the youth organizations, giving back to the youth boxing, giving back to these organizations that a lot of them weren't even charging. It's just kids go out there and they volunteer their time. But yeah, I think that was like the biggest thing was helping those people that were actually sacrificing more than money, which is their time, to go out there and help the youth. So, I
Yeah.
agree. That's a great thing, and it's always about them. The future's there, so if they mess it up, that's on them. No, I'm just joking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But let me ask you. I mean, of course, today. I mean, what do you guys have going on today? It's going to be you guys going out tonight?
So for today, she's probably gonna rest here and also get stuff ready for first Friday.
Yeah.
And with me, I am gonna be heading to SeaWorld to do Hollow Scream because for Ambassador Night, some of the haunts and pathways don't need to do it because they're not chosen for that. But for me, I'm on Riparo, and that was chosen for Ambassador Night for us to perform. So I'm gonna be out there scaring. Yeah,
And I've been out there when they do that, and this is probably like a couple of years back. And I mean, of course, it's for fun. When it comes to being a scare actor, I mean, I've had other people as well tell me, like, you know what? I mean, they do it for entertainment. I mean, of course, people shouldn't put their hands on you. I mean, nothing's
yeah,
physical. It's just for show. So, of course, if you scare somebody, don't get punched, right?
yeah.
But, I mean, has that ever happened? I mean, where people get upset because you guys do that?
Yeah. The thing of scaring someone is you never know what their reaction will be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but if someone does do something intentional, we are able to go and get like security.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but pretty much you just have to be there and know if it's like intentional or if it's like you scare them and they just
Yeah.
did
React.
it out of instinct. If they did it out of instinct, then
Yeah.
you did a good job either way doing that.
And I was gonna say too, because like I always tell people, like I've been to haunted houses, I've been to, you know, um, SeaWorld at one point, when I went out there with my kids, and I don't, I react the way I react to being scared is that I scare people. Like I yell back, and it's just, my kids would do it when they were little. They try to scare me, and I would end up scaring them because it's just like I would react the same way. Like I was like and so that's I've been to haunted houses where that's happened, or if they're right beside me and I just kind of look over and I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm casual, man. Like I'm not, I let them do their thing, but it's just, it's fun, man. I mean, for those that are going out there, I think somebody said it best. Like if you're going to go out there and get upset because somebody scares you, then don't go, right? I mean, it's fun. So go out there, expect to get scared and enjoy it and go home.
Yeah, there's also a thing called a boo necklace you're able to get as well. If you wear that on the pathways out there, we're not gonna scare you. The
Okay.
only time those necklaces don't work is if you go into a haunted house. But you're kind of warned about that
Yeah.
beforehand. If you go in the haunted house, the boo necklace doesn't work. And if you go in there with the boo necklace with it on, they're most likely gonna aim for you because you have a light
I was gonna say, man, that's when they're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna scare this guy. So
on. Yeah, so
it might backfire. Yeah, I didn't know they had that. I mean, is there a reason for that? Is it just maybe, is it for just people that don't
uh,
want to be scared?
yeah, the boo necklace is pretty much for if you don't want to be scared but still want to have fun out there. Uh, you're able to walk around the park, enjoy the festivities and that there without having one of us trained to scare you on the pathway. But if you do go into a haunted house, it's kind
Better
of
off,
on you.
man.
Yeah.
Man, well, that's pretty cool. I mean, and I was asking that because I mean, of course, there's kids out there with autism, or
Yeah.
maybe just kids that don't want to get scared, and so they get to wear it. So, I mean, where do they get these? I mean, as soon as you walk in, do you ask for one, or where do you get them?
I'm not too sure if it's as soon as you walk in. I think they sell them in like the little stores
Oh,
inside of
okay.
SeaWorld.
Okay.
I may be mistaken. Cause I haven't really been to Hollow Scream as a guest.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're working, man.
Yeah.
Man, well, I mean that's cool, and I'm sure like people that are going to be watching this or watching this right now. I mean, we are live on 5 platforms, so of course every platform. Facebook's got 3, Instagram. We got 12 people right now watching, so we are getting watched. But let me ask you. I mean, of course, when it comes to acting, because this is something that I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes. I've been helping directors here locally. I've been going to. I was out there in Waco helping with the film, and it's experience. I'm trying to soak everything in, just because, for me, I guess it was the perfect time now because my kids are older, they're out of the house, so now I'm able to have some fun and go do what I want to do. And so it kind of works out. But I mean, for you guys, I mean, when it comes to getting experience, I mean, what are you guys looking for? Is it just opportunity? Are you guys looking to do behind the scenes acting, or everything?
Uh, so pretty much we're kind of looking for everything. For me, I'm also trying to learn how to do more stuff backstage and a little bit tech wise, cause
Nice.
when we're doing our shows, I'm like the one messing with the stereo, the speakers, and all that, trying to mess with them. But other than that, we are trying to like get into films and everything, just expand what we're able to do. And
No, sure, man.
yeah, also we've also thought about if we're ever able to, we would love to get on a cruise and belly dance, for entertainment there.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's
Yeah.
actually, dude, that would be pretty cool, man. I mean, especially if they pay you, right? Get on the
Yeah.
cruise. And, man, I mean, yeah. I mean, so have you guys already like started looking at that? That's pretty cool. I like
Uh, we may start looking at it pretty soon. We have some connections where we know people that have done stuff in entertainment on cruises, so
that.
we're
Nice.
just gonna do a bit more research on it.
No, you see, that's actually, man. I think I'm gonna start belly dancing. No, I'm just joking. Just so I can get that cruise. No, but that's actually that makes sense, that actually makes sense. I mean, I like it because there's and that's one of the things I like about talking to individuals like yourself, man. I mean, there's so much creativity that there's things that maybe we don't see, and so it's going to take that one person to bring it up and be like, oh, damn, like it's been there that whole time. But when it comes to opportunities, that's one of the things I told myself last year was like, man, I'm not gonna skip out on it. Like, I get people asking me, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you want to do this? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm taking everything. I mean, of course, scheduling. I'm having to juggle stuff around, but yeah, man, that's actually pretty cool. I know. I will say this. Like 2 years ago, I planned on taking like jumping on a train. Right, it was going to go across
Yeah.
the U.S. and I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to do something while I'm there. I just don't want to be there. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do my podcast. Okay, I'll do. And at that time, I wasn't doing horror. It was just mostly combat sports. But I was thinking, like, man, I would like to like maybe do some short films, some short reels while I'm there. Just kind of like plug in as many like my thing was like I'm gonna see how many short reels I can make like before I get to the other place, and just to see what just to do it, I mean, but that's one of those things, especially in the cruise. I've been wanting to do a cruise forever. I mean, I love the water. I lived in Florida for years, and going to the beach was probably the best thing. But in a cruise, it's just like, man, you're in the middle of the ocean, and just literally. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So I hope. I mean, man, definitely keep me posted on that because I think that would be like great. It'd be a great opportunity. And like I said, you guys get to jump on the cruise as well. So that like two birds with one stone, kind of say.
Yeah.
Man, I like that. Now you got me thinking on some other stuff. I'm gonna be like, I want to do that too. But of course, I mean, the event. I mean, you guys have a month full. You mentioned, the of course the Rocky Horror Picture Show that's going to be happening. You know, being scare actors, of course. You guys are going to be working out there. The first Friday, happening, tomorrow. So you guys are going to be doing that as well. What else is going on this month for you guys? What else are you guys doing?
Uh, is there anything else we got?
No, because everything got canceled.
No, nothing else we can think of at the moment. But if something does present itself, we
Yeah.
will most likely go for it.
No, I was gonna say if somebody has something for y'all to do, man. Message you, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, as far as performing, I mean, I know you guys have done events. I mean, you brought up the whole cruise thing, which I think is great. But what about other events here in San Antonio? I mean, I know, like for example, like the Tower of the America, they always have events out there. Have you guys ever thought about maybe, plugging in and see if you guys can do that out there?
Yeah, we've thought about pretty much anywhere that takes performers. We're open to pretty much joining in.
So, man, I mean, yeah, man, definitely. And of course, I mean, you guys are young, man. So that's one of the things I'm envious of because, my youth, I spent it mostly, going to shows and bands and music, I was all over it. But, there's a lot of things I kind of passed up on. And I'm like, man, no regrets. I enjoyed life, but it's just, what you have that ability to, and especially time to go out there and learn new things, man. That's actually key. Now, let me ask you. I mean, you were talking about film, so I've been working with a few, filmmakers here in town, man. So I mean, I'm gonna plug them in. Every time they're looking for extras. I mean, would you guys be interested in something like that as well?
Yeah, we'd be very interested in it.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah. Lestire said that like before COVID, she was doing like films and that. But when COVID hit, she kind of stepped back from the entertainment a bit.
yeah,
Right now, she wants to jump back into it as much as she can. And
for sure,
with
man.
me, I'm also trying to jump into films too. Because I did graduate from John Casablanca for acting and modeling. So, a big thing we want to do is get into like acting and modeling out there.
No, and of course, I mean, might as well put it to use, right?
Yeah,
Man, well, that's cool, man. I mean, I like that. I mean, now when it comes to you mentioned learning like behind the scenes. I mean, as far as the sound, the lighting. I mean, I've been doing a lot of what's it called, boomstick, like just holding the mic basically for a lot of the scenes. But I have been soaking a lot of stuff up. I mean, if anything, I will say this: I've been picking up. I guess the way they work, back when I was doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I used to go to seminars and I used to go to competitions, and I picked up more from people doing it rather than somebody showing me. So that's kind of what I want to do. I'm more of a hands-on kind
yeah,
of guy. Like I can't. You tell me, hey, read this book, you're gonna learn how to do this. Like I can't do that, man. I'm the guy that you gotta point at it and be like, you're gonna press this button, then you're gonna press this, and I'll pick it up. But when it
yeah.
comes to you guys, man, how do you guys work? Let me ask you that. I mean, are you more hands-on, or I mean, can you guys pick stuff off books and online?
For me, it is more hands-on. A lot of the stuff I've been learning so far has pretty much been on my own and pretty much seeing the way other people do it. But if I am able to find people that are doing something and I'm able to do it with them,
Yeah.
help me out at learning.
No, no, cool, man. I mean, I agree. And that's one of the things I like about indie films. I mean, I'm getting a lot of exposure to them. I'm around a lot of, a lot of creative people, man. And that's one of the things I love because it's just like I tell people when it comes to indie films, it's like, I mean, being in this room, I can be like, okay, well, I'm going to make a movie. I've got a light. I've got this. I got that. I mean, I got 5 pieces I can use. I'm going to use lighting. I'm going to use angles. And, when I watch these indie films or even the short reels, that's one of the things I always look at. I look at the camera angles. I look at the lighting. I mean, of course, the plot's got to be there. The character build-up's got to be there. But, if the film's like shot straight and everything's like in line, I don't know. It kind of throws me off. I'm like, man, I want it to be like lowered. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
crazy stuff that I look at. But yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty cool, man. And let me ask you this, because one of the other things that I've noticed when it comes to a lot of these directors, a lot of them was first time. A lot of people that I've been like been able to work around with or just being able to participate, and they kind of started doing their own thing just because they kind of. I'm not gonna quote them because I don't know, but I'm kind of thinking like they kind of like got tired of waiting around. You know what I mean? So they were like, you know what, let's just make our own film. And so that's kind of like my mentality. It's like I've been doing short reels, I've been doing small writing when it comes to like little storylines, but at the same time, like I'm not up there. I'm not like, oh, I'm a director, but I want to learn. I want to learn how this
Yeah.
works. I want to learn how to be able to coordinate and get people to follow and see what I'm trying to bring out of these characters and all that great stuff. But yeah, man, I mean that might I know you were saying as far as Lestire, of course, when she was doing this, definitely go back to that and maybe just start doing y'all's own short stories and videos. Everybody, it's one of those things, especially with TikTok, and I know you guys are on there, but
Yeah.
when it comes to those, people are doing stuff every day, and there's some that's pretty cool. I like it. When it comes to there's a lot that I see, and like when the videos are kind of, I don't want to say fake, but you can tell. I mean, I see something and I cringe because I'm like, oh, okay, that was, I don't know how many times they had to rehearse that just to get that. But for me, I'd rather watch somebody that's enjoying it, having fun with it, and put it out there, because I'm like, oh, okay, cool, man. The chemistry's there. You can kind of take that in. But when somebody's kind of being forced to be funny or do something like dumb, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what, that's just like a seeking attention. But when it's art, I'm all for it, man. I mean, I'm a supporter, and I'm like, yeah, if something's great, I'll share it and just keep going. But that'd be kind of cool, man. I mean, maybe you guys
Yeah.
start doing that as well. Now, of course, tomorrow. I mean, what time are you guys going to be out there tomorrow when it comes to the haunted dollhouse?
So our performer lineup starts at 9 p.m., but we want to always try to get there early to get everything set up.
No,
Yeah.
and of course, I think I asked you all the last time too, when it comes to parking, because I mean everything's in front of the shops, right? I mean, there's parking out there.
Yeah, there's parking out there, but the best advice we can give you for parking is first come, first serve. Yeah, because you come a little bit later, it can get a little hard to find parking.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got to park somewhere. I mean, the Hildebrand is a long street, but you don't want to park too far out. And now, of course, like I said earlier, I mean, when it comes to events and entertainment, I mean, what you guys are doing, I mean, it's great. I mean, like you guys said it earlier, you guys are having fun with this. I hope everything comes out through. When it comes to pursuing film, when it comes to pursuing acting and working behind the scenes, there's a lot of opportunities, and I'm sure they're going to present themselves. One day, like I said, I mean, if when I'm out there and people are looking for extras, like I'll message you guys, and if you guys, I mean, show up and just kind of go with it, get some experience,
Yeah.
and who knows, man. I mean, I will say this: a lot of the actors, like all these events I've gone to, a lot of them, for the most part, about 60%, I would say, are. I've always asked, like, man, how did you, were you thinking about acting? And they're like, man, I just went there with a friend and they got picked up, and they're like not even trying. And I'm thinking, like, man, like those are the I guess opportunities that I want. I want to just be shopping one day. Somebody's like, hey, I want to put you in the movie. I'll be like, all right, let's go. That's simple, but yeah, it's hard work. But I mean, I think a lot of times it comes when you least expect it, and you guys being all over the place and doing everything that you're doing. I mean, somebody's going to take notice and see what, see the drive and see the energy and be like, you know what, I want to work with these guys. Now, let me ask you guys this question: when it comes to films, I mean, what would be a preference for you guys when it comes to genre? I mean, would it have to be horror, or are you guys open to drama, to action, to everything else?
So we're open to like the big ones that we're kind of open to is like horror or like something of crime, but we
Yeah.
are open to doing like other stuff as well to get the exposure.
Right.
Yeah, I like really want to do like a femme fatale or something along those lines type of roles, because I like really want to be like one of the sex icons like Marilyn Monroe or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm like I really love those type of roles, and I want to eventually be a part of that.
No, yeah, you see, and that's what I was asking, because I mean, there's a lot out there, but I mean, one of the things too is you don't want to get typecast. Like if somebody's like, hey, let's do horror, and they kind of put you on that, like every movie, it's like, okay, you know what, let me do something else. I mean,
Yeah.
I know the same thing. I've talked to actors, and a lot of them, for the most part, they get typecast. They're like, hey, you played a great, villain. Let's put you as a villain. 10 movies from now, they're still playing villains, and it's like, dude, I want to be the hero. I want to be something else. But yeah, let me ask you. I mean, when it comes to as far as entertainment, I mean, what skills? I mean, of course, other than belly dancing, what other skills do you guys have? I mean, what else are you guys looking at doing?
So for skills with me, I am open to learning anything I need to. Like if they're willing to teach me like a different kind of dance or even some kind of fighting style to be in a production, I'm willing to learn it.
Oh, nice.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I know different styles of dance because I've done a whole bunch of lessons at my college and then outside of it. So everything from ballroom to jazz and of course burlesque and belly dance. I also know how to do things like basic stage combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll put you in a B battle, one of those B-boy battles. I'm kidding. No, but that's the only reason I'm asking because I mean, people they bring it up and they're like, oh, what else can you do? And I'm like, man, I don't. I can be funny sometimes. I don't know what else I can do. But at the same time, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to go along. I've never had any acting lessons. I mean, I used to do plays like in elementary and middle school, but nothing that I ever wanted to pursue. Back then they kind of forced us, and we're like, okay, I'm gonna play. That was it. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. Photography. I've done photography. I've done some videography. I've done a lot of basics when it comes to sound systems. PAs. I mean, it's not my forte. I mean, I kind of panic and freak out when things don't go my way, but. It's one of those good things to have because when it comes to productions, a lot of times, like I said, you might just be there with somebody and they're like, hey, I need can somebody do this? And boom, there you are. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
you have a gig or you got work, man. So that's always good. Now, of course, guys, can you guys tell us? I mean, you guys already told us as far as where you guys are at the Scare Fest or as far as scare actors. But what characters are you guys playing out there?
So for Hollow Scream, I am on Reparo,
Okay.
and my character is a clock tower. So it is up to you to figure out which one of us characters out there on Reparo is Jack.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet. Man.
one of us is the killer, but you have to figure it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that because I'm actually pretty good at that. What about yourself, man? What you got?
I am one of the victims that wandered into Bunny Bradley's and is trying to get out. Um, I pretty much took it to her going insane though. So she is, when you go in there, she is more psychotic than victim now.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, like I said earlier, this is all about entertainment. So for those that are going to be out there, and I've been saying this every time I post something, or I'm like, you know what, if you're going to go out there, like, let's keep each other safe. I mean, I
Yeah.
want to come back home. I don't want to be out there. Uh, you know, if you drink, drink responsibly. Definitely don't drink too much. Enjoy it. It's like, I mean, I had some wild times in the 90s and waking up not knowing what the heck happened wasn't one of the good things. But yeah, you go out tonight or this month or any night, definitely go out there and be responsible and just I mean, don't get too drunk. Definitely enjoy your evening. And but yeah, for those that are going to be attending, of course, don't be punching the scare actors, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna post this up real quick. I mean, of course, before we wrap this up, I mean, this is gonna be the event Sunday, October 13th, Majestic Theater, and of course, you're gonna be playing Magenta. So congratulations on that, and of course, sir, you're gonna be working behind the scenes. So I mean, I can only imagine you're gonna be soaking up more knowledge and possibly work on other things. You can keep learning, man. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I first started as a shadow caster for the dynamic tension, I met Patricia Quinn,
Yeah.
and like I was like a transvestite at the time, and I told her that I wanted to work up to be Magenta. She got all excited and was like, she's gonna be my next Magenta, and she like was screaming that out loud, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Then like the dynamic tension knew of that, and they're like, you're just gonna be Magenta, we want her to see you. And I'm like, well, this is a it
Oh, yeah.
all comes together.
Yeah, that's cool though, man. I mean, definitely, yeah. Congratulations. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna do great. I'm sure everybody's gonna go out there and enjoy it. So, for those that can attend, of course, go out there and support the event. Now, Anything else you guys want to tell us before we wrap this up? And of course, I'm going to post this real quick because this is going to be for yourself, ma'am. Of course, you are the looking to be the new face of horror. I mean, you are in the top 10. So, of course, I'm going to be voting after this. Like I said, everybody out there, of course, go ahead and help out. And let's get you out there for sure.
All right. So, if you do want to join our group, the Seductive Bats, make sure to give us a message. And if you want to end up joining our the Rocky Horror Shadowcast, make sure to go to Dynamic Tension on Facebook. Give out a message, tell them that Lestat and Lestire sent you. And for New Face of Horror, just go on to Facebook, search up New Face of Horror, and Lestire's face should pop up on one of those. Make sure to join the group, and I am posting it every single day on to vote.
Sweet, man. Well, definitely good luck with that. Hope to talk to you guys after the smoke clears, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm definitely gonna try to go out there and make it out. If I can't find parking, I'll drive by and honk and wave or something. I don't know. We'll see. No, but I'm definitely gonna try. I'm gonna be out and about all day, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to at least swing by for the end of it. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for jumping on this. And I always appreciate you. Second time you're on here, but I'll appreciate you guys jumping back again after this month and see what else comes. If I hear about any gigs or any people needing extras of work, man, by all means, I'm gonna let you guys know and see if you guys are interested. And I hope we all make it. This is one life here on Earth, man. So let's do it. But of course, don't hang up yet, guys. Everybody out there, of course, once again, this is Spider Commission Podcast. Lestire and Lestat. Thank you very much. As always.